How's it going? This is American Bob, who believes that sinning is an okay thing as long as you don't hurt anybody. Okay, everybody knows how I feel about Christianity. Christianity is a beautiful religion. It is, you know, but when you walk away for a little while and think about it and go, wait a minute, there's the things don't make sense. But if you believe something deeply, it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Now, for me, like I said, guys, I'm doing the very best I can right now. I've been vaping THC Delta 10 because the state of North Carolina is trying to outlaw that because we're a Puritan state. If they really could get away with it, we would have no alcohol in the state either. But there was a lot of push to get alcohol, so you could go to a bar, sit down after work and drink you a Jack and Coke or a whiskey sour or white Russian or whatever drink you have, or maybe a good old beer. Now it is, guys, like I said, I'm doing the best that I can right now. Brittany's in a private, and I don't know about Queen Dak. I'm missing her. I like her a lot. When it comes to let me explain something about female sadist. Phenom Lola was too much like a man. There was no femininity in what she did. In my sessions, she's just not a likable person at all. Not even liked her as a mistress. And she failed miserably on this site. Then she decided to change her name to, what was it, Mistress Wilma or something like that. That didn't work either, And you've got to have a personality to be a lady that puts guys through pain. What they want to see is your pleasure in your eyes, your smile. That's what turns me on. Because you have to understand, I'm 70 years old. Sex to me has changed dramatically. So what I did was I decided to let girls have fun with my balls. Some of the things they did was unpardonable, and I'm surprised I did it for them. And that's the truth. And I had to learn how to be able to use my first aid in a lot of situations that really got out of hand. Now, for me, my stomach's doing a little bit better today. And I got to admit, maintenance did a good job. He came up here and fixed this portable. Somebody put tape and covered up the drain hole. And I told him, I said, people don't understand HVAC. You don't know anything about the compressor and it comes on and stuff like that. Now this has a little tiny, it's probably an electric compressor for all I know, but it does what it's supposed to do. Now, I do miss Queen Dak a lot. She turns me on without measure. In regard to her femininity is amazing. Very feminine woman. And I miss her. I really do. I miss her. She may come back, she may not. Mistress Elaine is a smart girl. She pops on every so often to see if I sent her a message. But she likes anal. I don't do anal. I don't do anal to women I've ever been with. I don't do it. The vagina was used for a purpose. The penis is used for a purpose. Balls are used for women's fun. That's why I always looked at it. Now, my stomach is doing better. I don't know why. I don't understand it. Like I said, I have good days and bad days. I am going through some separation anxiety from Queen Dak. I liked her, and she turns me on, and it's hard for me to give up. Now, Mistress Nicole's okay, I get to be old. It's hard staying up till 10 o'clock at night. It is very hard. That's for sure. Now, as I've said before, I'm an amateur YouTube creator. I'm have no ambition to be a professional at all. Um, I do appreciate YouTube working with me this time to give me some latitude talking about my mistresses. I know what I can say and what I can't say. Any of their fantasies is off limits. I cannot tell you anything about their fantasies. I've talked about the castration. Um, oh, what's her name? I think it was Beauty Rate Bella, and somebody else touched on this. Castration of a man is taking away his manhood. That's what they want to do. You know, taking you and making you feel less than a man turns them on because it gives them more power, more control over you. Thus, pegging. That's the reason why girls like to peg. Because they tell a guy as they're pegging them, you're my bitch now, and I can F you anytime I want to, bitch. It's kind of like that. It's trading roles. It's now the male on the female, and you're the bitch. I don't go there. I don't go there. But a lot of these girls, you have to understand, they're trying to take complete control over me. Okay. Basically, what Miss Dak did with me was to tell me I can rupture your balls if I want to. Have you learned your lesson? In other words, she put me through the intense fear of coming close to rupturing my balls using, let me see if I can show this to you again. I've hidden those. I don't ever want to show those to any girl again, ever again, period. I don't know if I can even see them in here now. Here's that blasted red candle. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I showed my toys a while back. Basically, just get the toys that the girl wants, that she likes. I can't find them now. I had them in here somewhere. I think I got rid of them. I might have thrown them in the trash. What they were wood clamps. Wood clamps. And I put them on my balls. Every single female that I did that, I said, do you want them tighter? I'm afraid I might rupture them. And they're going, no, that's enough. No, Queen Dak said, yeah, Bobby, one more. Come on, Bobby, one more. Bobby, one more. And I was going, damn, girl, you're going to rupture my balls? And I threw out my safe word and everything. Well, it pissed her off, so she closed the door on me. I love her. I mean, this girl taught me a lot. She just slammed the door in my face. I went, what am I got to do to come back to you? I'm not going to rupture my balls. You can forget that now. I'm not going to do it. The whole thing is that Mistress Fanny took control over me, telling me I can cut your balls off if I want to. You understand me? So it is kind of like I said, her fear that she threw at me with that statement is her power that she can order me to cut my own balls off. Now that's bizarre and weird and strange. But I had to play that game with her to give her that feeling of total dominance over me. Now, they talk about punishments, and I think LAX, I think it was her, or Cretice Chalice, one of them. Well, Cretice Chalice, I can't say her name to save my life. She's a hottie. What they don't understand about punishing is you're taking away something your slave loves. Take it away from them. Need it be sex if you're in a relationship? Need it be maybe a session that you decide not to have with them? Making his life miserable is the best form of punishment. Whipping's okay, but unfortunately, your slave's going to like to be whipped, you know. And one girl's playing this game about, you better get a hard on. You better get a hard on. You're going to get 10 kicks. I laughed at that. That was cute. But it is kind of like I said, Queen Dak really took control over me fast. She really did. And I love her. I miss her. I really do. Being a Damascus guy, this is what I tell everybody to get. This is beeswax. It burns, but nothing like paraffin. Don't tell your lady you bought this. It looks like a real candle. And yeah, when it drips, it burns. But I was using paraffin. Ooh, wee. And I mean, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Dak. I don't know who it was. I've got it on my old phone, so it might have been Fanny. She had me cover, I mean, literally cover my balls with that wax. So I'm going to go ahead and end this to say that, I miss Queen Dak. I really do. But another good thing about this is it's put me into the situation and my balls feel fantastic right now, and they do. So I'm going to go ahead and end this right now, and hell, I might eat me another hot dog. My appetite's picking up. I might put on some more pounds. I can always use a little bit more weight on me. I'm a crazy Damascus guy. And the only reason I don't retire is this is a way for me to do sexual things at 70 in a girl in her 20s. And it works quite well. I miss Queen Dak. I really do. And I'm going to go ahead and end this because Brittany's back. Thanks for listening. And, whoo, Lord. What can I say? Also, they're talking about the Country Music Awards or something. They're talking about God and Jesus. That's a shock. Why is that a shock? A lot of those country people are church-going people. They love Jesus. There's nothing unusual about that at all. And, if you've got a family, what you got to do is this. You have to have, and this is what I'm trying to say, you have to have that feeling of respect and dignity. But yet the girl wants to strip you of everything that makes you a man, including your penis and balls. Annie surprised me entirely because I thought she would never mess with my penis. Ever. Oh my God. She had me wrap it rubber bands and get the pinwheel and beat it with the pinwheel. So like I said, sadist girls can go kind of crazy, and they really can. I'm going to go ahead and end this to say hello to Beauty Ray Bella, hello to LAXX, hello to Creatrix Chalice. I can't say your name. I'm afraid that if I got with you, you'd beat me with a whip till I couldn't even stand by not being able to say your name. Thank you for listening, and peace.